issue, and I know how difficult it is right now to get workers do this kind of work. But I don't want you to delay anything. I don't want you foot dragging. I want you to diligently apply, get an architect, pay the fee that the architect will charge, do the plans necessary, file it with the city, and get a building permit, and then finalize it. All that you need to do basically is get the architect to certify under oath that everything is in compliance with the code. There's really not much construction work that needs to be done. So to me, it looks like a 60-day issue, but I'm going to give you 90 days just to be on the safe side. So based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and the evidence presented depicting that the cited violation still exists, proper notice has been given. I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 90 days. In the event of non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $500 until the violation is abated. 90 days, ma'am.
Okay, but I do have one question.
Please.
It's that back part, now not the window, but the other part where we had something built. Is that the one we're supposed to come back for, I think, March 4th?
Is there another violation for the back?
There is a for the concrete pad, but I don't know that has been scheduled yet for hearing. I'll have to look into that, but I don't believe that. I don't know that has been scheduled. I don't believe it is.
Maybe again, you can kill two birds with one stone by basically combining the work under one master permit.
Okay. And is there a way to confirm to see if there's any other pending violations, or those are the only two?
Why don't you and Ms. Barber work together to resolve any and all violations with one building permit?
Okay. May I have the contact number for Ms. Barber?
Yes, go ahead.
Aaron, if you could just give her all that in chat.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat now. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank
Next
you.
case.
Magistrate, I see Michael Owens. He's saying he's here for an address. Give me 1 second as I look into it for him.
Can we go ahead and call Rahima Golding?
Yes, that would be from item number 7 through 10. The first 3 cases, which is 7 through 9, that's with Officer Eric Barber. Property owner 1525 Northeast 125th Street, Prestige Point. Case number CEMHS 2021-00034. Item number 8, CEMHS 2021-0036, as well as item number 9, CEMHS 2021-0037. And item number 10 by Christopher Colson as well. And case number CEMHS 2021-0042.
All right, all the cases just cited involve the same property, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Are they similar enough that we can take them collectively, or are they different so that we should do them differently? What is your preference?
I do have one of the cases that involves some concrete issues, and the building official was at the property yesterday. So one is for an elevator certificate, and another one is for a cracked window. So, but the concrete issue is one that I'd like the building official to. All
right, so that would be the first one, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's 00034.
Yeah, let's hear that. Mr. Owens, are you here on behalf of the owner? If you are,
we have a Rahima Golding here on behalf of the property owner. If she can be sworn in, Claire.
Who's here on behalf of the owner?
Rahima Golding.
Okay. So Mr. Owens is not part of this discussion?
No,
Not sure who Mr. Owens is. Straight. Is that what you see on your agenda?
What?
Just
I
trying to
don't-
help you figure out where the name Mr. Owens. I'm not sure where.
I have no idea.
Okay.
all right, Rahima Golden, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please say I do.
I do.
Ma'am, are you an owner of the properties in question?
I am the property manager.
Okay, you have authority to speak on behalf of the owner?
I do.
And is this a condo, apartments? What are they?
Apartment.
All right. With tenants that have leases and what have you?
Yes, sir.
How many units are there?
There are, I think it's 34 units in this building.
And it's one building or a series of buildings?
Just one building.
Okay. Do you understand the nature of the violations?
I do.
Are you going to be contesting the violations?
No, sir.
Okay. So before I turn this over to the city, and I've seen the photographs, they're on the screen now. Very concerned about some of these violations. How much time is the owner going to need in order to rectify these violations?
Well, we've already retained a structural engineer to prepare a recommendation for the repairs, which was suggested by the building official yesterday. And the permit applications have already been filled out. So we're just waiting on the report to be done in order for us to submit and make the corrections. So I'd say 60 days is fair.
Okay, let me hear the first violation. I want to hear from the city to see what the nature of the violation is.
Afternoon, Aaron Barber, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is a new violation, and the first violation that I have here is for it's the concrete on one of the balconies. I didn't see it on any other balcony, but on one, there's some spalling of the concrete and some exposed rebar. Again, I have spoken with the building official. He was out at the property yesterday, and he may be able to offer some more input. This violation was opened originally on September 2nd. And as of the final recheck, the violation does remain.
All right, Mr. Building Official, how much spalding and exposed rebar are we dealing with? 2, is there a public safety, health, life safety issue? 3, can we do something to mitigate any potential damage or injuries? What is your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to Ms. Golding yesterday. The area that was had spalding above that unit on the second floor, I told her to go ahead and chip out the potential loose concrete so that won't be to prevent any other further falling hazard. So she's done that. She actually sent me some photos of that being done. The balcony, it looked like the strands of some precast, the concrete balcony there. And I directed her to get engineer's recommendations for both the overhead spalding and also the balcony with the exposed reinforcing strand. So if she's requesting as the 2 months, and that would be the 2 months to secure the permit and do the work, Ms. Golding, or
that would be to at least have the permit. To do the work, I would need to do the work and have the permit would be 90 days.
Your Honor, since she kind of eliminated that overhead hazard. I mean, I'm okay with the time she's asked, the timeline for the security permit and also for the work.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable if you if you're telling me that it's not going to cause concrete to fall on somebody's head. If that potential problem is addressed, then I could be a little bit more lenient. So let's put aside the issue of the concrete. Let's consider all the other violations, and then we'll do one order that will basically encapsulate all of the different violations. Okay? Let's do the windows and the doors and the screens, which is item number 8, I believe, at least in my agenda. It's
000. Yes, sir.
It's 00036.
Yes, sir. Upon my final reinspection on February 5th, again, these were all opened September 2nd, the violations. During the final reinspection, everything else had been taken care of. However, there's a glass, there's a window at unit 201, a solid pane that is cracked. It's a large solid pane window, and that's the photo that you see here. It's difficult to see the crack in this photo, but that's no, maybe that's not 201. But there is a crack in the window at 201. That centerpiece, and that was still cracked on February 5th.
Okay.
And that's all that's pending for this violation for 00036.
Okay, Ms. Golding, how much time do you need to fix that?
30 days.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
And the third violation that I have open 00037 is regarding the certificate that's posted in the elevator. Expired July 2018, and as of the final recheck, February 5th, it was the same old certificate was still posted.
Okay, Ms. Golding, you have an elevator company?
I do, and so we have a series of 13 buildings, which unfortunately this building was not a part of the first 6 that they took care of. So this is in the next round, which the inspection, I believe, is next month. There's no way for us to expedite it. So we kind of just have to, get it done once the inspection is done.
I don't know.
So I can ask for 90 days on this one.
Why can't you expedite it? Why can't you tell the elevator company, come over and do the certificate? What's the delay?
No, so the certificate, it's not that easy. You actually have to go through the county and do a series of inspections and testing and all that stuff. So it took 2 months for us to get the other elevator certificates updated. So I'm assuming it's going to take us around the same to do this.
Yeah. So the inspections are done by the county, right?
Correct. And
So
also another company that goes out, they verify that the elevator is in working condition and that it's up to code. So it's a series of inspections.
Yeah. So you're at the mercy of the county elevator inspector.
Correct.
Okay, I understand.
That certificate is again that expired in July of 2018. So
I'm the new property manager. I was just brought on a couple of months ago, so this was in my bulk of things to rectify. So it's in process.
Is there only one elevator?
In that building, yeah.
And it's working?
It is in working condition, yeah.
Okay, nothing dangerous or problematic about it?
No. And our elevator company has already come and verified that. We're just waiting on the inspections.
Okay, so has the elevator company actually inspected the elevator to make sure that it is in compliance?
Absolutely, yes.
When was that inspection done?
Just a moment, I'm going to call. That was done on January 25th at 8 a.m.
And they found everything working?
Yes.
Well, that gives me a little bit more comfort. Nonetheless, I gave you, I'm going to give you 90 days on the first violation regarding the balconies.
Okay.
And 30 days on the window and screens, and 60 days on the violations for the elevator certificate. Okay? In the event of non-compliance on any of these three cases, in the event of non-compliance, there will be a $500 fine per day until the violation is abated. All right? So let the owners know that they got to get moving. If you run into a problem with the county, and I'm very well aware that it's difficult with regard to the elevator, you let us know. Document everything. Make sure that, if they're giving you a hassle, keep a file so that we know what's going on with that elevator.
Okay.
So if I could, there is one more case for this property, and it's with Officer Colson.
Yes.
Which case is that?
CEMHS 2021-00042.
Item number 10.
Yeah, I see it. This is potholes in the parking lot, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I had a difficult time getting a company that was reliable enough to come out and fill the potholes. So we found someone that is going to do it. I don't have a date yet, but there are some permits that need to be pulled for that one.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that particular issue. I know that there are quite a few asphalt companies, and I know that you have to deal with the municipality on permitting. There may be some issues of ADA with ramps and things of that nature. What I'll do is I will, because it could potentially be a life safety issue, I'm going to give you 60 days to correct that violation. Again, with a $500 fine accruing after the abatement date. Okay, are we done now?
May I ask for 90 days? The review process takes a little time.
You know what? I'm going to keep it at 60, and if you are having problems with permitting or getting a contractor, you discuss it with the city building department, Mr. Colson or Ms. Barber, whoever it is. Okay. And they will work with you, and if they see that you're moving along, they'll give you some latitude. If they see foot dragging, then they'll bring it before me in 60 days.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Magistrate, I'm going to go ahead and call Najleen Isidore to see if she's ready for her case.
That's the case that we
skipped earlier.
Yes. I think it was case number 1, was it?
No, it's item number 25.
Okay.
Ms. Isidore, are you ready? Najleen? Whose case is this? Are you Erin? Do you have a phone number for this person? Are we in contact with her?
No, I've only ever spoken with, I believe he said he was her father.
Najaline Isidore. I'm not sure if she's signed in properly or not, but I don't have.
Well, this is the second time, so unless there's an objection from anybody, I want to go ahead and hear it.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a property located at 13200 Northeast 7th Avenue.
No, this is for property address 1631 Northwest 119th
Okay,
Street.
I got it. I'm sorry. General maintenance, damaged concrete wall. Permits may be required. Is she still not online?
Yeah, no. Nothing from her.
All right, let's hear the case. Who's the code officer on this one?
Aaron Barber.
Aaron Barber. Go ahead and make your presentation.
Yes, sir. Aaron Barber, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is a new case. Case was open on September 21st regarding this. This is the property is in a commercial area right off 119th Street. They have a wall on both sides, the gate and a gate. The wall itself, you can see towards the back of the photos. Some of my other photos are a little bit better. Concrete wall that is broken in several spots.
Are you citing them for the graffiti also?
The graffiti is gone. Yes, the graffiti has been. They painted the wall, painted over the graffiti, took care of that. But the damaged CBS block wall, it's still damaged. It's still in the same condition, other than the graffiti. The graffiti's gone in this January 25th photo that you see now on the screen.
Okay, is the broken fence all the way to the left?
The wall. It's the wall that it runs on both sides of the property.
Okay, so it's solid.
That's on the yes,
yeah.
Sir.
The end over by where that truck is. That the end there is concrete.
The far north side of the property, I believe that's chain link. There's a fence there's a residential property on the other side. So I believe that's chain link. It's the concrete is on the east and the west side of the property. Okay. And it's damaged. It's just, maybe somebody ran into it at some point, but it's just laying in that damaged condition with some rebar poking up from where the CBS blocks had stayed.
And to make repairs, they need to pull a building permit?
They would, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So it's hard to rule without the property owner present. Let me call again. Is the property owner, Najaline Isidore, present? The case was noticed for today. We've been through this now twice. So what I'm going to do is I am going to enter an order in favor of the city adjudicating the case based on the evidence presented. The property owner not having appeared, the evidence is unrebutted. I have seen the photographs, and therefore I adjudicate the case at a compliance date of 60 days. In the event of non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is completed.
Thank you.
Next.
Magistrate will proceed with item number 4 through 6. Property owner 14295 RC Properties LLC, case number CEFLR 2021-00088, CEGEF 2021-0005, CEZCU 2021-0014. All those cases were previously adjudicated back in December 16th, and fines were set at $200 for each property. Officer Hannah Sanders.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, clerk, that concludes all of the attendees at this time, correct?
That is
There's
correct.
nobody else.
I
You
see.
want to release the interpreters?
Yeah,
I
I'm
see.
just trying to, go ahead.
Before you go on, I see Najlene.
That's fine. We've already, yeah, that's fine. Just as we move forward, there's nobody else here, right?
Yes, nobody else is.
Okay, so yes, if we could release the interpreters at this time, magistrate.
Okay.
And the
And
rest of the cases moving forward have no one present.
okay, so the pending matters, again, so that I'm clear, are 00088, 00005, 00141. Is that it?
Yes, those are the ones I just called into the record for.
Right. There's three. There's three. First one is business tax receipt. The second one is about a dumpster not being properly enclosed. And the third one is a certificate of use. They have been previously adjudicated on December 16, 2021, with an abatement date of 2/4/22, according to my review of the files. I would ask the city to state for the record what is the status of these violations.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. As of February 4th, upon the reinspection date, all three violations still remain.
So you're asking me to ratify the fines?
That's correct.
Okay, as to the three cases, the same order will apply. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the files have been reviewed, the evidence has been presented, the property has been out of compliance since the abatement date of 2/4/22. I find in favor of the city and ratify the fines accrued to date in whatever the amount is to date and assess costs in favor of the city. The fines shall continue to run on a daily basis until there is compliance.
Thank
All
you.
right? As to three cases, same order.
That is correct.
I'm sorry, did I say three? It's, yeah, it's three cases, right?
It's three cases. Three cases.
Okay, all right, okay.
Did we address number 3?
No, not yet. I'll go ahead and call it.
Yeah, and I also am showing an Anthony Pagan that just signed in. Is there a case for an Anthony Pagan?
Yes, there is. I believe that's item number 36.
Okay, Mr. If you want to call that one, then I'll.
No problem.
Yeah, let's do the one where the owner is present.
Item number 36, Hagen, property address 13270 Northwest 16th Avenue. Case number CESTA 2021-0032. This case was previously adjudicated December 16, 2021, with a fine set at $500. Officer Barber.
Go ahead. Let me first have the owner of the property be sworn. Mr. Pagan?
Hi, I'm Mrs. Pagan.
Oh, it says Anthony. I couldn't tell. It says Anthony.
Please raise your right hand. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please, so help you God. Please say I do.
I do.
Okay, I want to understand from the city what happened, what happened at the prior hearing, and why are we here again?
Aaron Barber, City of North Miami Code Compliance. As the clerk noted, this case was heard in December. This is for a short-term rental ad that had appeared on Airbnb on the Airbnb site, and they were ordered to abate by January 6th. However, as of the final recheck, February 4th, the ad was still online on the Airbnb site. And here it shows, and the photo in front is from February 10th. There was an ad.
Okay. And the adjudication back in December required the property owner to remove the ad from Airbnb?
Yes, sir. To have the ad removed abate by January 6th of 2022.
Okay. Ms. Pagan, why is the ad still on?
Okay, the ad is not on. So I was fairly new to Airbnb. I just purchased this house. I did not know at first Airbnb was allowed until December. In the middle, when I had the court hearing, I was actually doing my real estate class of 53 hours. And my dad had just suffered a heart attack, which that's not an excuse. And then I called directly Airbnb because I don't know how to manage, how to remove and all that stuff. I actually paid for somebody.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Ms. Pagan. Are you driving?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you should pull off to the side of the road.
Yes.
We don't want accidents. You can't be distracted by this discussion and drive at the same time.
Okay. So I apologize. I already pulled over. So make a long story short, I contacted Airbnb. So they told me that in order for me to remove the listing, I had to show them proof of a city of North Miami. Mind you, that it was a living nightmare trying to get a hold of somebody in the office. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody has the documentation until I was able to ask for a supervisor, and a supervisor was able to help. So once she sent me over the document, I was able to send it over to Airbnb. And then the other day, when somebody came by my house to drop off that notice again, I called Airbnb and I spoke to the biggest head honcho, giving them crap because why was not my listed removed? So I understand that there was no rentals. I can show you proof there has not been no rentals since they ordered that to remove. I automatically right away canceled all my other clients. I even had 2 more other properties that I do Airbnb for. I even canceled them. I even made them do all the cancellations because I don't want no issues and no headache. You know, once they told me yes, the property could be rented, but quarterly, so every 3 months. So I'm just trying to find maybe a tenant that could do that. But for right now, the room has been empty. You guys can come and check it out.
What head honcho did you contact at Airbnb?
Hold on 1 second. Well, you speak to quite a few different. I'm trying to look right now in the app, the name of the person that I spoke with. Hold on, it's on this phone.
All right. Was it, never mind. Was it somebody locally or in San Francisco?
In San Francisco.
Okay. And did you send them any correspondence?
Yes, I did. I sent them the stuff from you guys, and I told them that I was going to be in a lot of trouble. And why don't they explain to people that North Miami is not allowed to? Why do they accept properties if they know themselves as well? And they don't communicate with the client to let them, hey, listen, you want to list this property, but you're taking your chances because Airbnb is not allowed in this area. You know, they don't communicate. You know, I'm a normal human being. It's the first time ever doing this in my life. I really had no knowledge of it until December, once again, that I was spoken to it about it. And even though with all my schooling, my dad having a heart attack, I still went all around it, and I still made it happen. And I thought my intention was Airbnb was done and over with until the other day that somebody came and dropped off that paper in my house. And that's when I called them like screaming my life away.
Okay. Can you send over the papers that you got regarding the transactions with Airbnb? Send those over to the code officer so that we have them on file.
Okay, is there any way she could give me her email address so I could go ahead and do that once I arrive back to my office?
She'll do that. She'll do that. Since the last hearing before the special magistrate, has your property been rented?
No, it's totally stopped.
And do you live there, or is it an investment property?
I live there.
Okay, so you don't have a separate room on the side that you rent out on a short-term basis?
No, it's totally empty. Once they told me that,
who placed the ad with Airbnb?
I did.
And what were you looking for?
What do you mean?
Who were you targeting this ad to?
Well, I don't know. That my friend told me.
What did you want to do with your property? Did you want to lease it on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, yearly? I mean, and where would you have gone?
The way Airbnb told me it worked, it was like minimum 2 days, and then people were staying like 2 weeks, a week, some people 3 weeks, and depending of the need of their stay. Like I had a teacher who stayed there for a month and a half.
With you in the house, residing at the same time?
Yeah, because it's a separate room on the side.
Okay, so you're aware of the law in North Miami that you cannot rent any residential property for less than 30 days or more than 3 times a year, 4 times a year.
Okay. Yeah, so she didn't tell me 30 days. She told me 4 times a year, so every quarterly, every 3 months.
No, I'm sorry, 90 days, not 30 days, 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days, right. That's what I understood, correct.
Okay. What else are you doing to get that Airbnb sign advertisement off the internet?
It's already off. Right now, if you search it, it's not there no more. It's no longer there.
Okay, so have you advised the code officer that it's no longer there?
Well, I tried to, but let me give you, I'm sorry to say this.
No, just Miami, be brief. If it's off, okay. Can you give evidence of that to the code officer?
Of course. And then also, it's just very hard to communicate with people in the city of North Miami Beach. It's like you can never get a hold of nobody.
We're not North Miami Beach. I agree with you that it's very difficult to communicate with people in North Miami Beach, but you're not dealing with North Miami Beach.
But when I get through to you guys, I call through North Miami. The city of North Miami Beach.
Maybe you called a different city, but North Miami, if you have evidence that it's off the internet, and maybe Ms. Parker can confirm it, then I'll dismiss the case because that's what you were required to do by the last magistrate.
Erin, are you
okay? So
yes, I went on earlier today and I did look for the ad, and I wasn't able to find the ad on the Airbnb site.
Perfect.
That was this morning.
Okay.
And it's been already removed for a few days.
All right. It was supposed to have been done by January 6th, but I know it's difficult to deal with the Airbnb folks when you have to call somebody in San Francisco.
Horrible.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to dismiss your case, okay?
God bless you, sir, and you have a beautiful day.
Before you go, Ms. Pagan, I just want to add that if in the event, your case has been adjudicated, so if in the event we catch another ad, the case will be treated as a repeat offender, which means that you would be subject to double fines. And we, regardless of whether you take it up or down at that point, the city wouldn't be as lenient.
No, not a problem, ma'am. I understand. And believe me, it will not happen again. Things only happen one time with me. Have a blessed day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I will proceed with item number 3. There are no more attendees for the cases I am about to call. So item number 3, property owner 12773 West Dixie Highway, LLC. Case number CEFLR 2021-0075. This case was previously adjudicated back December 16th. Fine was set at $250, and the officer is myself.
The officer is yourself?
Yes, Edmay St. Louis.
All right, give me the address again, 12773 West Dixie?
That is correct.
And it was adjudicated December 16th, paid by February 4th. This has to do with a business tax receipt. What's the latest?
The status on there is no business tax receipt. However, they do have their certificate of use, but the business tax receipt was never issued. When I confirmed with Community Planning and Development, they actually owe 2 years of business tax receipt. So as of the final reinspection date, there is no business tax receipt in the system.
Okay, they're not being cited for a certificate of use, right?
No, because they have the certificate of use.
Okay. So as to the business tax receipt, which was supposed to have been received by the 4th of February, which is strange because it's easier to get that than get certificate of use. Nonetheless, have they been noticed? I mean,
Yes, they were notified, and even the property manager even sent email inquiring about the property. Initially, they thought it was for the tenant, but it's actually for the property owner. So they were made aware of the issue.
okay, so based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer and the evidence presented reflecting that the property has been out of compliance since February 4th, 22, I find in favor of the city, ratify the fines accrued to date in the amount of $250 per day. The said fine shall continue to run on a daily basis until there is full compliance.
Thank you. The next item is item number 16, Cemex Construction Materials. And the officer is Jonathan Lemestre, property address 2001 Northeast 146th Street, case number CEZCU 2021-00156.
Let's hear from the city.
Good afternoon, Mr. Magistrate. Co-compliance officer Jonathan Lemestre, and this is a first-time offense. The property or the business CMEC Construction Materials, they do not have their certificate of use, but they do have their business tax receipt. I opened the violation on October 2nd, 2021. I mailed out certified mail the property owner on property appraiser and the registered agent. And as of the reinspection date, the certificate of use has not been obtained.
So this is the opposite of the other property.
Exactly.
Certificate of use, but not the occupation, the business tax receipt. Okay, so based on the testimony, the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer and the evidence presented, reflecting that the property has been out of compliance. Oh, you said this is the first. This hasn't been adjudicated.
No, sir.
This
First
has
time
not
offense.
been adjudicated. Okay, so what I'll do is I will enter an adjudication, set an abatement date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $250 until the violation is abated.
Sir.
That's it. Next.
Magistrate, you said you'll set a daily fine of $250?
Yes, a daily fine if they're out of compliance. Did I say 60 days or 30?
30.
All right, so after 30 days, if there's non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $250
Problem.
until the property owner obtains a certificate of use.
No problem. The next case is item number 18, Jacqueline Marcelin, case number CEPOD 2021-0006, property address 12970 Northwest 15th Avenue, Officer Aaron Barber.
Let me hear from the office.
Good afternoon, Aaron Barber, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This case is a new case regarding a pod storage container on the property without the proper zoning permit. This pod has been at this property for several months. I have spoken with a couple of people at the property. I let them know that it can't just be there as a permanent structure. I let them know that they needed to secure the permit for the pod or have it removed. And there has been no compliance. The final recheck, February 4th, was the last time I was out, and the pod remains on the property.
Is there anybody living on the property?
Yes, sir. There's always quite a few people at the property. I know I have spoken with the homeowner in the past. It's there. There's always a lot of people at the property, a lot of vehicles, a lot of equipment, but nothing's being done.
All right. Even with a zoning permit, there's a limit on how long those pods can be out there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this one's been there. I mean, I could say this one's probably been there. It's been there easily 6 months or more, if not longer.
All right. Not nice.
Yes,
based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and the evidence presented depicting that the cited violation still exists, that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set an abatement date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $1,000 until the violation is abated.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
The next case.
Did this next case get postponed? Can you confirm, Jose? I think we are, Madam Assistant City Attorney, was this the address that we postponed internally by request of the attorney?
No, this isn't the one.
Okay, all right, sorry. Go ahead.
The next case is item number 19. Keystone Point 2020 LLC. Case number DEBPR 2021-00106. Officer Perez is the officer, in property address 12920 Aurelia Road.
All right, let me hear from the officer.
Good afternoon. Officer Perez of the City of North Miami. Today we're in the case in regards to the property located at 12920 Aurelia Road. This in regards to a seawall and dock that was pretty much repaired without a permit. As of my final reinspection date on February 10th, 2022, no permits have been obtained for the said seawall and dock. And at this point in time, the city is seeking an adjudication.
You were cut off, officer. You cut yourself off in the middle of your speech.
My apologies. Want me to restart my spiel, or
No. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Oh, well, the city's just looking for an adjudication in regards to them obtaining a permit as well as a daily fine until they do so.
Okay, so they made repairs to the seawall and also to the dock?
That is correct, yes.
Are those repairs completed?
Yes, it would be an after-the-fact permit at this point in time.
Okay, and they were notified and they're not here and you haven't heard from them?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and the evidence presented depicting that the cited violation still exists and that proper notice has been given, I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $1,000 until the violation is abated.
Thank you.
Item number 20, Land Trust Service Corp. Trust. Case number CEBPR 2021-00121. Property address 13225 Arch Creek Terrace. Officer Jose Perez.
Okay, give me a second to find it. What number did you say this case was?
Item
Number 20. No rush.
Okay, it's 21 in my list, but that's okay. I got it. This looks like a bomb hit it, but go ahead.
Yeah, Officer Perez with the City of North Miami today we're in the case in regards to the property at 13225 Arch Creek Terrace. This violation is regards to a property where there was construction going on, a project, And unfortunately, that project was expired. It has expired permits, and they have abandoned it since. As you can tell by some of the photographs, the property is in pretty bad shape in regards to appearance, and I've received several complaints from the surrounding neighbors in regards to the depreciation of their properties as well regarding that. So at this point in time, the city is requiring that they renew their permits and essentially do something with it. And at this point in time, we're seeking adjudication as well as a daily fine until it's done so. There are some more recent pictures that I did take. Those are the second attachments to the file.
Is the property secured?
They do have a green screen and fence that were installed. So yes, it is secure.
All right. This is a case that I believe the building official can take to the Unsafe Structures Board and seek demolition, because this is a hazard to the neighborhood. God forbid, we have a hurricane, tornado, a wind event. You're going to get vermin eventually. You're going to, could be a place where the homeless will congregate. This condition is worse than what it looks, and so I would encourage you to talk to the building official. If permits are not renewed, declare it an unsafe structure. But on the violation before me today, based on the unrebutted testimony of the city's code compliance officer, the photographs and the evidence presented depicting that the cited violation still exists, proper notice has been given. I find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication and set a compliance date of 30 days. In the event of non-compliance, there shall be a daily fine of $1,000 until the violation is up.
Thank you, sir.
Magistrate, I believe that concludes all for today's agenda.
Wonderful. So we finished a little earlier than normal. Let me know when the orders are ready. I'm usually in the neighborhood. So just give me a call or email me and I'll go over.
Recording stopped.
We'll definitely do.
Okay. And welcome aboard. Appreciate it. Okay.